WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. Thank you for tuning to WVTC Radio Detroit and the Community Bell Show with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner, Edna Bell. Stay tuned for insightful information Detroiters will find valuable. Text a friend and tell them to watch with you for news you can use. And now, your host, Edna Bell.
Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock. So it must be the Community Bell Show. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Edna Bell, your host, and it is always my pleasure to welcome you to the Community Bell Show. We have some very, very special guests today. My friends, Bobby Smith, who is the president of the WIN organization. WIN stands for Women Informal Network, along with Gloria. Gloria is the vice president, and Pat Cole, who is our creator. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Edna. Hi, Gloria.
Thanks, WIN ladies, for joining me today. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, as they say.
Yes, it is.
We're so pleased to have you. Yes, we're glad to have you because we've got something very, very special to talk about with our listeners today. It is Win Monday, Women's Informal Network. And we're going to talk about a super fantastic event that's going to happen on this coming Saturday, September 22nd. Bobby Smith, why don't you start a little bit and talk about Win?
Okay, I will start maybe talk a little bit about the history a little bit, just
Yes.
who we are. And then Gloria is our new vice president, and she can talk a bit about our event that's coming up. And we'll just all chime in. I think our founder, Pat Cole, is going to be online, I think, shortly. But for those you're listening in the audience, I know Win has been on your show about 3, maybe 4 times this year on Win Monday.
Yes.
But Women's Informal Network, and we call it WIN, is a nonprofit 501c3 organization. And we've been around, as Edna said, this is 30 years for us. And we're really proud to be able to have endured, that people are still interested in what we do and people still need what we do. So we're happy about that. Now, organization was founded in 1992 by Patricia A. Cole. And we have 5 different task groups that we work out of. We have the education, networking, political, economics, and power. So we have 5. So all of our work is done within one of those groups. And as you know, education fits everything. You can be educated.
Absolutely. There's always education going on. Yes.
Education. So we could just call education one big group called education, and we'd be fine. But we do have 5, and we have ladies in our organization who serve as chairpersons of those different task groups. And over the years, we've had a lot of different programs. We've had a lot of women who've come through the organization, from members, honorees. So almost anybody you walk on the street, somebody knows about WIN because you've either been an honoree or you've been a WIN or you've been a friend of WIN. So we call them friends of WIN. All of our friends of WIN are just like our WIN members. So we're really happy about that. As the pandemic happened, most things were closed, and our organization also had to stop because of the pandemic. But what we did do, we found new ways of doing things. And we started to meet online, Zoom. And, our first in-person meeting was in October, which was really good to get back with the ladies and to come together. And it was really nice because we were planning this big event. And we've been doing it all online. So it was good to get together with the ladies in October so we could kind of bring this event to some culminations. So even during the pandemic, we couldn't get out and touch each other or touch people, but we did do a couple of town halls. Yes. And one was very important because it was at the time of the election and also the census. And Edna was, I believe, Edna, you were the MC for it.
I was the MC, yes.
And it was the MC. We had the League of Women Voters. Rhonda Craig was our speaker for the political side, and Victoria Cavari from the city of Detroit, the Census Department. So we had that, and we invited people to come online so they could become educated. As I say, education, bring it all back to education. And so this past year, what we did is we had a town hall on the pandemic itself, and we had Dr. Edna Rose, and she was the person who brought the message on that. And she is also one of our honorees this year. So we're happy to have her as one of our honorees.
Wonderful. Now, Bobby, as you talk, I want people to know who you are. Talk about your background and what you've done. I want them to know the ladies behind the scene, what they've done and what they do. Tell them where you come from and where you retired from. And what
actually, Bobby, I was an employee of New Detroit Incorporated, which is a nonprofit 501c3 organization, and it's a race relations organization. And I was employed there for a number of years. I did a lot of different things, but my last job was Director of Human Resources. And I retired from there in 2019. Now, what I also did is when I joined WIN was in 2000. I joined WIN in 2000. At that time, WIN was developing a girls program, and I'm really interested in education. So so we go back to education, and we had the girls program, which is called the Heads Up program. So I became director of the Heads Up program at that time. Okay. So I served as the director of the Heads Up program. We did a lot of things. We had 5 task groups, just like the WIN do.
Yes.
And what we said is that we reach back to our girls. You know, we want to promote the growth and development of African American women. That's our mission. So in order to promote the growth and development of our women, we wanted to reach back and do something with the girls to bring them along the way.
And talk about the fact that now some of those young ladies who are in that program are members of WIN, and they're doing all sorts of wonderful things in the community.
Yes, we do have one person who came back, and one of our young girls, well, she's a young lady now, and she was interested in the organization. She said that she was on the show, on Edna's show before, and she talked about how beneficial that program was for her and how it helped her in her development and her growth. And we do have some other young ladies that we know that left the program are doing very well for themselves.
Yes.
So
that was the goal of that program.
It was the goal of the program.
To expose them and get them to thinking about doing things as in their future. And they've done that. And that's just so rewarding to be able to see those young ladies, to know them when they were teenagers, and now to know them as young ladies who are out in the business world and doing things for their community. That's the special part of it.
That's the special part of it, yes. And so it was a very special program. And like I said, they had it was community. We taught them about elections. We taught them about all kinds of things. We took them camping. They had never been camping before. And I can't say maybe I had not either, but anyway. We did it both ways. We took them to the rough camp. We took them to the one that they thought they were in the hotel, okay? So we took them camping. They had a young lady who came in who had been on the streets. She had lived on the streets, she was just homeless, and had gone to decided that some kind of way she ended up in Michigan State. She went into one of those majors of materials and something with manufacturing. And she came back and she spoke to the girls, and we went to the hotel. Some said they had never been to a hotel before. They wanted to know, could they dial up room service? We let them do it.
Of course. You know, it's amazing for our young people in some of our communities. Not only have they not been to a hotel before, some of them have never been off the few blocks they live in, have never been downtown, don't know what downtown looks like. And all the things that many of us take for granted, these young ladies had never seen before.
Right. And one of the things we said, we were promoting to introduce them to people and things to help them make smart life choices.
Exactly.
And we think that many of them did make smart life choices. And I'll just name Felicia Safford. She's our new member. Mm-hmm. And she did join, and she's doing excellent. She in her career and in her general life. So she's doing wonderful. So just
that a blessing. That in itself is but we don't do anything else. Those young ladies are a testament to the testament organization.
And when you say 30 years, you want to say, what did I do? What did you do in 30 years? You know, some people look at it and say, well, they're not doing this or that, but we know what we did. We know we got these young ladies who came up. They're doing an excellent job. We have women, a lot of you all, us, can be examples for other young women in the 20s going into their careers and been used as a source of mentorship. We always talk about our founder. She's a mentor, for some of the ladies in the organization. I'm sure a lot of the organization are ladies, are mentors for other young ladies.
And so, just the fact that women stayed together for 30 years. I mean, we didn't beat up each other. We stayed together for 30 years. It's a testament to the organization.
Right. And we have founder members. And Edna, you're one of our founders. You're one of our charter members, right?
Yes.
Edna's a charter member. I think we have 5 charter members right now. We have Edna, we have Pat, our founder, Sandra Coleman, Hazel Rivers, and Mary Nicholson. So to say we have 5 charter members from 30 years ago who are still active members is a testament.
Absolutely. And I tell you, Pat Cole and I had been to a conference, and we were coming back up in the car, coming back from the airport, and she said, you know what? We got 53% of the people in Detroit are women. Why don't we have more women elected to office? Why don't we have more women involved in leading organizations? I think I'll start an organization. And that's how I got started. She started writing down names in the car on the way back from the hotel.
She had a vision, I'll tell you.
Yes.
That's a visionary. We say visionary, so she's a visionary, you know.
I'm telling you, yes, she is. Absolutely. Gloria, our new vice president, Miss Gloria Rose. Gloria, talk to us about who Gloria is and where Gloria has come from and what Gloria does.
Oh, well, I am happy to be here with you today, Edna. Thank you. But yeah, I've been with Win. Actually, I have been with Win for a long time, but I haven't been as active, and I'm now becoming more active with the organization. But I've been in the city of Detroit. I lived in the city. We have a business here in the city. Actually, I started at Ford Motor Company, to tell you the truth. I worked for Ford Motor in export sale, kind of traveled all over. And met my husband there. Actually, they say Ford has a better idea what they do.
Oh, you had one of those ideas, huh?
Exactly. So he and I met at Ford, and then we stayed for a while, and then he left and branched off and started his own business. So therefore, I continued on, and then eventually I retired, joined him with the business, and we continued in Detroit. We have our home in Detroit. We have our businesses in Detroit. So Detroit is really our home. We really had no desire to move, and it's been good. Detroit has been good to us, and we love our city. So I've been doing that. Now that I've retired, I said, well, you know what? Let me jump in and see if I can do a little more. I have always supported WIN because I honestly think WIN is just a fantastic organization because we're actually giving back to our African American women. We're honoring their contributions, we're honoring their accomplishments. And I say, if we don't do it, how can we expect other people to do it?
Exactly.
And so I just feel like this is an opportunity if I can, help in any way. And so I look at the amount of women, the many women, the diverse amount of women that we've had. I mean, we've had outstanding women. These young women are doing it. I mean, they say Black women rock.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We do. I really believe that. And so I just admire the group of ladies that we've had. And so I encourage people. I said, you all should really look at this organization because if you have a young child coming up, a young professional, this is a great opportunity to bring them to an event like what we're having on Saturday because they can network. Networking is so key. And, I don't care how much you have, is who you know often.
And how much you have or what you know is who you know that matters.
Exactly. I tell my kids, be prepared, but you need to know folks. And so this is an opportunity to network. So I'm excited to work with them on the 30 years because that's the milestone. I mean, that says a lot. Like you said, Edna, for women to stay 5 years is an accomplishment, girl. 30 is like, whoo, God.
I'm telling you.
So our 30-year anniversary is going to be really, really nice. I mean, we're looking for it to be, we're calling it a gala because that's what it is. And the other thing I want to comment on, though, we're saying 30 years we stayed together. But, Pat, I give all kudos to Pat. I mean, to me, Pat, this is her day. 30 years, we need to recognize her.
Absolutely.
Because she is a visionary. Who would think to want to give back and continue to try? And the blessing is Pat had the vision, but she had to have good women working with her to make it happen. Yes. And so she's been blessed. She's been blessed to have a Bobby and a Hazel and so many of the other ladies. I'm not going to try and name them, but she's had wonderful women working with her. So, that's the blessing. So we continued on. And so Saturday at from 6 to 9, and this is going to be at the St. John Banquet and Conference Center on Saturday, the 22nd. We're going to have our gala, and it's going to be a very nice program. We're going to have an excellent meal. We're going to have dancing, and we're going to have networking where you can get to meet and greet some of the fantastic women. Now, when you look at 30 years, you think in terms of the lives we've touched. We have touched 489 women in 30 years. And on Saturday, we're going to have an additional 11, which will be 500 women that WIN has touched in those 30 years. That's commendable to me. I just think
it really is. It's really quite incredible. And when you think of let's say 500 women,
yeah,
how many have they touched So how many have we really touched in this time? It's got to be, it's thousands.
That's exactly right. So I just said, great. If somebody's out there listening, I mean, they still have an opportunity to get a ticket today. If they contact us today, they can still get a ticket because we're going to turn in our count in the morning. Isn't that right, President Bobby?
That's correct.
So everybody listen, you contact us.
Yes.
Give them the contact information.
Okay. Yeah. So if you were still interested, the tickets are $100. And again, like I said, it's going to be meet, greet, dinner, dancing, and very good program. You can contact Bobby Smith, which is, Bobby, how do you think we should do this? Because, there's telephone numbers and then there's emails, and how should we probably
can we show the email addresses? How can we do that?
Yeah, we can put it on the screen.
Okay.
Telephone and email.
What the email address is? Just tell her what it is. The email address is what?
Email address for Bobby is, and now I'll spell it so that we get it right, but it's PELT Smith, SMITH @att.net. Okay. Now I'll give you Hazel and then I'll give you mine. And between the three, you should have no problem. Hazel Rivers, her email is Rivers, RIVERS, J as in Jack, HAZEL @gmail.com.
Okay. And Hazel again is written. Glasses, that would be a good thing. There we go. Hazel's is Hazel
Rivers.
H. Is it H Rivers or our engineer, our owner, Sandy has it all done. She's got it on the screen already. Well, I was trying to put my glasses on and trying to put them in the chat. She's done it already. She's wonderful.
That's the two that you can contact. You can always have. You can always take mine too if you need it. But those are the two contacts. What were you gonna say, Bobby?
It should be Pelt as in Pelt.
P as in
Paul.
No, for Bobby. Yeah, Bobby is
Smith.
It's P Smith, not P Smith.
Yeah. P as in Paul. PELT Smith @att.net. So if anyone's still interested, Edna, I mean, we're saying that we do still have availability only for today. Tomorrow we will have to call it in. But I would tell you, it's going to be great. We're going to enjoy it. And I think everyone's going to enjoy meeting and greeting the fantastic. I mean, we have some dynamic ladies coming this year.
Absolutely. So now that we put everything on the screen, we're going to take a little break and get ready, Gloria and Bobby, because I want you to talk about the ladies and tell people who our honorees are this year. So we're going to hear a wonderful song right now. And when we come back, we'll be ready to talk about Win some more.
Okay.
I'm black and I'm mad. I'm black and I matter. God created me to be who I am. I matter. Yes, I'm black and I matter. God created me to be who I am. It doesn't matter how you view me. God created me for who I am. It doesn't matter what you say about me. I'm happy with who I am. It's not about color. It's not about race. It's God's amazing grace. Red, yellow, black, or white, we are precious in His sight. Oh, I'm black. And I matter. I'm black. Yes, I matter. God created me to be who I am. Oh, yes, He did. Oh, I'm black and I matter. Look at me, I'm black and I matter. God created me to be who I am. So glad He did. It doesn't matter, hey, how you view me. God created me for who I am. It doesn't matter what you say about me. I'm happy with who I am. It's not about color. It's not about race. It's God's amazing grace. Red, yellow, black or white, we all precious in His sight. Oh, let's stand together. Come on, let's stand together. Somebody ought to stand together. You ought to stand together. Hey, Chicago, let's stand together. Let's love one another. Let's stand together. Let's hold one another up. Let's love one another. We ought to stand together. Against all. Let's stand together. We are living in hard times. Oh, let's stand together. Come on, let's stand together. Listen, for God I live, hey, for God I die. I'm willing to stand together. Are you willing to stand? Let's stand together all over the world. Red, yellow, black or white, we are precious in His sight. Y'all listen. Martin Luther King, he stood for freedom. Hey, come on, let's stand together. Oh, hallelujah.
Stand together. How appropriate for this event. How appropriate for us to be talking about standing together. After 30 years, we are still together. Such a blessing. And we are just honored to be a part of the whole organization and be a part of these women who have been doing things in the community. And WIN was formed to celebrate women who just do things.
Yes.
They didn't have titles. They weren't elected to anything. They didn't have they just did things in the community. And that's why WIN was established, to celebrate those women who are doing the work, who've always done the work, and maybe didn't get the accolades that they should have. And so WIN decided, we'll do it. And it's been such a blessing and such a wonderful organization. And that's what we do. One of the honorees, I'll tell you, is the owner of the radio station, Sandy Rose.
Yes, and we're proud to. We're really proud to honor her.
The wonderful part about it is that our radio station received the Stellar Award, and she went down to Atlanta and received that award for the station. The best radio station in our market. So we were just excited about receiving the Stellar Award. It's a beautiful award. We had a celebration a few weeks ago and celebrate our award, and it was a great time. So I'm just glad to know her. I'm just glad.
We're glad to know her now.
Yes, you're glad to know her now.
Becoming a friend of WIN, and
we be a friend of WIN. Yes, we may try to drag her in as a member of WIN, but she will definitely be a friend of WIN. Absolutely,
exactly. We love to have the women to join us.
Yes. So tell us who our honorees are.
Okay. In addition to Sandy, do you want to start off, Gloria?
Oh no, it doesn't matter. And let me say who I have if you want. I don't have all of them. Do you? You know?
Just go ahead, Gloria.
Okay, I have 6. I do have 6. Okay, is that good?
Okay.
Perfect. And you can do the others,
You
Bobby.
6, and I'll make sure I fill in the rest.
Okay, because I didn't. Yeah, I didn't print all of them, but I have Carolyn Clifford. Okay, and Carolyn Clifford is journalist with the WYZ TV Channel 7 news anchor. So Carolyn is a broadcast television anchor and a reporter for the WXYZ TV Channel 7. She anchors the 4, 8, and 11 newscasts. She has been in the business for 34 years, and she has won 20 Emmys, 3 Best Anchors, 2021 MAB Hall of Fame, and 2022 Distinguished Women Award, Northwood University. She's the only anchor in the state of Michigan and only a handful from around the country to be invited to the White House to interview President Barack Obama about the Iran nuclear deal. Her passion for community involvement includes speaking out against domestic violence, working with Beyond Basics to curb illiteracy in our community, and mentoring young people in the field of journalism. So that's Carolyn Clifford. You want me to go to the next one?
Yes, go right ahead.
And the next young lady, now ladies, I don't want to mess her name up. They call her Mama Shu. And I don't know if you're familiar with Mama Shu.
Mama Shu at Highland Park.
Exactly. Mama Shu.
Homework house. Yes.
Exactly. And so Mama Shu is the founder and CEO of Avalon Village.
Yes.
And Mama Shu is the mother and community activist, elected member of the Highland Park Board of Education, appointed commissioner to the Michigan Commission on Community Action and Economic Opportunity. She is building a self-sustaining eco village in the Highland Park, Michigan, between Woodward and 2nd, inspired by the memory of her son, Jacoby R.A., who was killed at the age of 2 by a hit-and-run driver, and by the unsolved 2021 murder of her son, 23-year-old son. And I don't want to mess his name up. I know it's I don't want to mess it. Chinyelu. How would that be pronounced, ladies? I don't want to mispronounce it. But Chinyelu.
Mama Shu's eldest son.
Yes. I don't want to mess her up. But the murder of her 23-year-old eldest son. After that, she purchased the 40-plus properties along Avalon Street and developed a plan to transform it into Avalon Village. She oversaw the building and renovation of the homework house, and they just had that on the news not too long ago.
Yes, somebody just gave her a big grant.
She did. That's exactly right. And she also said she also had been on the Ellen show, and Ellen gave her a home, I understand. She gave her a house. Somehow she gave her NBC Nightly News and many other media networks. So despite the tragedy and the loss or anything, her mission is, despite tragedy, loss, or anything life throws her way, she chooses to use her energy to help others and to make things beautiful. And that is beautiful with the tragedy.
Absolutely.
Edna Edward Ross, PhD, MSW, RN, PMH, and BC. Minority Outreach Recruitment and Education Specialist at the University of Michigan Alzheimer's Disease Research Center. Dr. Rose serves as the Minority Outreach Recruitment and Education Specialist at MADRC since 2008. She has worked in the Detroit metro area to educate churches, schools, sorority families, and fraternities on the necessity of adding to the body of knowledge by joining research projects related to cognitive impairment and dementia. She has increased minority participation at MADRC from 0 African American to 400 participants in the last 14 years. She has spoken in more than 100 African American churches in the metropolitan Detroit area on the disproportionately higher incidence of Alzheimer's disease in the African American population. The next one I have is Donna Bell. Donna Bell, she's the Executive Vice President for Engineering, Product Creation, and Purchasing, Lordstown Motor. That's another company now here. Donna has 300 people on her team and is responsible for delivering the design for the Endurance EV commercial fleet truck. Donna has 4 degrees in engineering, electrical computer control systems, engineering management, and a PhD in industrial design. She received top honors at the 2018 Women of Color in STEM conference at the Technologist of the Year. She served multiple boards, Lawrence Technology University Board of Trustees, Torch of Wisdom Foundation Board of Directors, Ford Motor Company, ERG's Women of Ford, and Ford's American Ancestry Network, FAN, FAAN. She also helps others by mentoring, planning, setting goals to make things happen wherever she can make a difference, and she enjoys spending time with her family. The next young lady I have is Jillian Blackwell. She's global senior marketing manager, Amazon at Amazon. Jillian holds the communication and marketing strategy for Amazon's leadership development programs in Amazon's worldwide operation. This includes 18,000 plus leaders across the globe. She successfully launched the Michigan Resource Group for Equity. It is called MERGE, MER-E, which brings together MERG leaders from companies such as Accenture, AT&T, Cisco, Denso, Ford, General Motors, Google, Microsoft, Stellantis, formerly Fiat, Chrysler Automotives, Verizon, and many more, whose aim is to utilize the power of their collective voices and platforms to lead the conversation about creating diverse and inclusive workplaces with the state of Michigan. She has hosted many careers, workshops, and provided career platforms for youth and women in technology. As a cancer survivor, her philosophy for giving is living. Her philosophy is for living is trust God, and He will order your steps. Rochelle Chapman, founder and senior pastor of New Beginnings Bible Church. Pastor Chapman is very active in her community by way of outreach and engagement. In 2017, she received the Spirit of Detroit Award for her service to the community. She is the co-director of the Faith Community Research Network and the community engagement coordinator of the Center for Urban Responses to Environmental Stressors, called CURES, C-U-R-E-S, at Wayne State University. She serves on several boards, including MDC Menstrual Alliance, Oregon State University Advisory Board, and Detroit Environmental Agenda, and more. Her philosophy is, since God is mindful of me, I am mindful of others, and love becomes the manifested fruit in me and not an endangerment, and not one endangered. Carolyn, and that's it. That's my 6, okay?
All right.
That's 6. Then I'm supposed to have 6 more. I don't think let's see, I have Deborah Jones.
You can have 5 more.
5,
Yeah.
7, 5. Well, we have 12,
Okay,
11.
We've got 11.
You have, okay, so I just did Donna, I did Lillian, Donna, I
think
did
you did 7.
Clifford, and Mama Shoe. Okay, you have Daniel Hughes.
Okay, I'm gonna do Deborah Jones.
Uh-huh.
Deborah Jones is the founder and director of Sunshine Always Brighter with a Second Chance. And she works with teen moms and help them to endure the issues that teen moms face. And I know they do a lot of things with the teen moms and the kids. So her name is Deborah Ann Jones. And we have Danielle Hughes, who's a young lady. She's a young lady. She's a lot of people young to me.
Yeah, we got a lot of young people when you start talking to us.
Right.
Yes.
So Danielle Hughes, she's founder and CEO of Elite Global Vending, and her company is one of the leading vending and consulting services in Metro Detroit. And let's see who else. We have Zell Randall, and she's the founder and CEO of Living Brave TBC. And that is a nonprofit organization. And Zell is a 2-time breast cancer and 2-time stroke survivor. And her company has led in serving, hold on just a minute, serving 20 plus breast cancer fighting survivors. So she's dealing with breast cancer and breast cancer awareness. And I know her organization just had a major event about a month ago. So they're doing a lot of good things also. So, like, and as we say, a lot of these women are doing things themselves. You know, in addition, they're doing great things. And the other person we have is Doreen Hunter, and Doreen Hunter is an interior designer. And you know, yeah, for African Americans, interior designing and getting into the corporate businesses. So she does it for corporate and I think non-corporate. And one of the things that she does is work with young African Americans to help them learn how to do interior designing and how to get into the business of interior designing. And I believe that's our 12. So we have Deborah Jones, Danielle Hughes, Zell Randall, Sandy Rose, Doreen Hunter, Deborah Jones, Daniel Hughes, Dr. Edna Rose, Mama Shu, Carolyn Clifford, Donna Bell, Jillian Blackwell, and Reverend Rochelle Chapman.
And did we do Sandra Rose? Yeah, we did Sandra Rose.
Outstanding group of people.
Outstanding group.
Outstanding group of people. Names you don't hear every day, but they are doing the work. And they just put their heads down and do the work. And it's just incredible the number of people we have in our community who do the work and people don't know. So it's just a wonderful thing for WIN to be able to showcase these people and tell everybody what the fantastic jobs are and what they're doing. So we're just excited. Saturday is going to be a marvelous evening.
It is.
Anyone who doesn't have your ticket yet, you need to check one of those emails out. Get your ticket. Be there because you're going to be inspired by all the wonderful people and women you're going to hear about. And it's just going to be a wonderful networking organization. And as Gloria said, you got to network with people. You got to talk to people. You can know a whole lot. But if nobody knows you know,
exactly,
it doesn't help a whole lot. So,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
So you got to get out there and let people know who you are, meet the right people, be around the right people, and be around people who mean you well. Sometimes you could be around people who don't necessarily mean you well, and this being around good people helps you understand who the good people are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you've got to know the difference. If you're going to be in the world of business, community, helping, you've got to know the difference between the ones that mean you well and really do well and the ones that just, as the kids say, playing you.
That's right. And they will too. So you do have to learn that.
You do. And so our goal is to help you young people learn it faster. So you don't get caught up in some of the things that you could get caught up in if you don't know and are not around the right people. So we're just ecstatic about the opportunity we're going to have, and we're providing for others to meet and be around some of these wonderful, wonderful ladies. And the ladies we're honoring are fantastic.
They are.
But you will also be around ladies who have been honored in the past.
Yeah, that's
489 more.
And they are absolutely fantastic. And so, you can't miss.
I mean, when you think about it, to have touched that many lives, I mean, that says a lot in 30 years. That's a lot,
That is
and like you said, they've touched other lives. So it does. It trickles on.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So we're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of lives that have been touched. Young people who are now not old people, but older than they were. Who are being touched.
It all started with one lady, and like you said, a black hole.
It was just a vision.
Yes.
And a piece of paper she was writing names down on in the car.
Names down there.
Yes.
Right. She should be commended.
Absolutely. I mean,
and one other thing too, we did honor men. We honored men twice.
Yes, we did.
Men who support women.
That's right.
Yes.
We did.
And we honored men at our 10th anniversary, and I believe it was the 25th anniversary.
Yes, we certainly did. And that the 25th one, and as a matter of fact, that I think we had at the Port Authority that dinner took place. And so we appreciate you men who honor women also and support them and back us up, because we need you. Right. We need you backing us up. Like we backed you up all these years. We need you to back us up too. Right. So thank you, men, for doing that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bobby and Gloria, thank you so much for being on the show today, and so that everybody can hear and know what's going to happen on the 22nd. But not only that, just to know that WIN is there. and what we've done over these last 30 years and how important it has been to this entire region to honor those ladies.
Yes, we're still here.
Thank you for having us. This is great opportunity.
I absolutely appreciate you for being on. I'll look forward to seeing you on Saturday evening at the gala event.
And we look forward to seeing you. And also, Sandy, we look forward to seeing you too.
Yes, Sandy will be there. Absolutely. Absolutely. So everyone, thank you so much for joining the Community Bell Show. We'll see you next Monday, 4 o'clock. And as we end with always, a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King: not everyone can be famous, but everyone can be great. It only takes a heart full of love and a soul committed to doing the right thing. Have a great day. We'll see you next Monday, everybody.
Thank you, Edna.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Community Bell with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner Edna Bell. This broadcast was brought to you by WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, tell a friend to tune in. We'll see you next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern to the Community Bell Show, right here on WVTC Radio Detroit. You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.